Good morning, everyone. My name is Ranin. I'm a product manager on the Power BI team. I'm from Israel. Yeah, it was a long flight. I'm very excited to be here because this is actually my first MBAS. I've been to other Microsoft conferences, but this is my first MBAS. And today, Gopal, the CEO and founder of Power BI Visual BI, will be co-presenting with me and going to demonstrate the ValQ. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about storytelling with data. We're going also to talk about the various options of visualization in Power BI and the platform. Also, we'll talk about how to govern Power BI visuals inside the organization and what's coming. And last but not least, the demo of ValQ. All right. Sounds good? Okay. So storytelling with data. We live in a world where data is ubiquitous. It's everywhere and anywhere. And data is just a collection of numbers until we turn it into a story. And as data gets bigger and more complex, being able to tell a compelling story becomes more challenging and important than ever. And why it's important? Because when reality becomes complicated, stories brings the form and the simplicity that the audience need. And data story is about visualization and details. So you need to use visualization that best describes your data. Why? Because visualization needs to bring insight. You want visualization to bring good insight, and good insight tells you what important, what happened, and how you can take it and turn something into actionable. That's why you need the best visualization that best describes your data story. Let me show you this through example. That's the best way to show this. So what do we have here? We have a report and dashboard of a sales of one of the stores. We have each bar is actually representing the categories, and it's sorted also by subcategories. So for example, we have home appliances, computers, camcorders, and each one of these is actually divided into subcategories. So at the beginning, okay, that's fine, it's representing the data, but it's hard to get insight from it. If we could only replace this with a synoptic map that describes that show us the store or the layout that bring us immediate insight and additional dimension of information, which is the location. So for example, we can compare sales versus the location of the product in the store, and especially when it's interactive with other visuals inside the report, so you get to see like how the sales doing based on the location, as we see here. And this is only because we just chose a visual that best describes the data story. Now, so what do we have in Power BI? Power BI comes with dozens of out-of-the-box visuals that you see in the visualization pane once you edit a report or create a new one. But these are only the beginning of the available options, because once you click on these three dots, you will have access to hundreds of visuals. And we recently crossed the 200 visuals in the AppSource, 200 visuals that were created using our SDK. Were created either by Microsoft or partner, and each one of them was tested and validated before it was published in the AppSource. And each one of these visual is fully integrated and interactive in Power BI platform, like service and desktop. And the AppSource has two UI, so you can get access to it either through the web page or through the Power BI desktop or service. And let me go over a quick glimpse of what you get from the AppSource. So we have, as I said, hundreds of stunning visuals. I'm going to go quickly over the types of visuals and give you only examples. So we have flow visuals. And what are flow visuals? Flow visuals show the intensity of movement between two or more states or conditions, as you see here. And we have various of types and shapes. We have also correlation visuals, which shows the relation between two or more variables. For example, inflation and employment, or income and life expectancy. We have service visual, which are visuals that enable external services like Visio and Power Apps to integrate within Power BI. So for example, in Visio, you can import your design into Power BI and connect it to Power BI data. The same with the Power Apps. We have filters, different types and kinds of filters with attributes, with hierarchy capabilities, with logos. KPI, key performance indicators, with showing trends and with rich formatting. We have also advanced analytics, which are actually visuals, Power BI visuals that run our scripts to enable advanced analytics. We have different types of maps, globes, heat maps, 3D routes, and much, much more. So for each one of these visuals in the store, when you download this, you can, as I said, download this or add it to your Power BI report, either through the web page or through the product. But in the web page, if you download any visual, you also get a sample report. You can download it with a sample report. I find it very useful myself, because every time I want to see how visual was used and how to use the data and what type of data and fields, I also download this a sample report, and I especially sometimes publisher add their hints and notes and tips and tricks. Let me show you how to get there. Okay, so you know AppSource, right? www.appsource.com, and then here you go to apps. In the apps, you pick here the product. So we have different products. You need Power BI visuals. And we are 207, yay. So lots of visuals here. As you see, you can pick any one of these. For example, if I want to pick a map, so I write here map. But because I want to filter out only the visuals, so I press select Power BI visuals. Oh, just a second, should be. Okay, so let me, for example, pick this one. So here you see a description and also screenshots and videos. You also have here a support link if you have any issue or you want any specific ask or to contact the partner or the publisher. And here, once you click on Get It Now, you will be redirected to this page. Okay, and then here you can download the visual, but you can also do try a sample and simply click on it, and it's going to be totally Power BI sample report. So just to save time, I've downloaded this in here, and this is the sample. It's a very beautiful visual with the 3D capabilities and very interactive. So this is actually the visitors by location. We have here China. You can see it here. We have Germany. So you see it's very interactive and different types and kinds. You see here we have the hints here by the publisher. You also get to here see the fields, for example, location, sum of longitude, and to see how the publisher used this visual. Also, you can see the formatting pane and learn from it. Okay, very useful. Try it. Okay, so we're not done yet with the options because Power BI platforms offer much more, because Power BI visuals can actually be created to meet visualization requirements beyond what is available. You can build and create your own custom visual that tells your business data or that is bespoke to your organization or your project requirements. So what do we see here? We see here a horseshoe visual that was created by Enlighten Design, our partner, and is used by Politico Europe. It's a global political magazine. And they have created a very, very stunning visual. And this is a great example, stunning example that shows how creativity can be unlocked and integrated into Power BI. Enlighten has created an eye-catching visual that helps users and readers to see how 751 individuals from across the unions come together to form a parliament. So this is actually public visual, and you can find it online. I mean, like this report, you can find it online in the Politico web page. So let me see here. I have recorded a short video to show you how interactive it is. So, and this is, by the way, based on the polling data. So for each party you pick, you can see the distribution and the seats from different countries. Based on the polling data, you can switch between the views. So you have a seat view, you have a map view. You can see how it's distributed among Europe. Nice, right? Very interactive. Okay. So that was the horseshoe visual. Now, Power BI visuals platforms enable developers to build their own visual. And what is actually Power BI visuals platform? It's a visualization extensibility platform that enables developers to build visualization on top of Power BI platform and to be integrated into the service or desktop. And the visual created using our SDK are fully interactive with other Power BI visuals. So our platform consists of 4 aspects. The first one is the developer tool. It's an open source, so you can download the dev tool from GitHub. And the tool enables developers, first of all, to build their own visual, and then to test it and to debug it, and then eventually to package it and upload it to Power BI. The code of the visual, when you create one, is based TypeScript and JavaScript, and it's using APIs that we deliver, and we do deliver almost every month a new feature, new APIs and new capabilities. And also you can import libraries, external libraries like D3, jQuery, and it's an open source platform. So you can find on GitHub dozens of code of real visuals that you can download, tweak, customize, and change it according to your requirement, and then package it and upload it to Power BI. And here we go, you have a new customized visual that you can use. We have a vibrant community, by the way, which is very vibrant with sharing ideas and involved in discussions. So I will share those links at the end. The second aspect is debugging and testing. The platform enables developers to debug and test on the fly while they are coding. We use it with the help of special visual. It's a developer visual in the service. So you get to see what you actually code on the fly. The third aspect is the R scripting, because our platform enables developers to run or to create visual based on R script and to plot them to Power BI endpoint, to enable advanced analytics, which is mostly used by data scientists and statistics. The last aspect is AppSource. So developers or partners, once they finish writing their visual, building their visual, they can share it with the community, and it's through the developer portal. Before it is published, it should pass and validated and be tested by the AppSource validation team, and then you get the global reach of for different markets through the AppSource. Okay, so if you don't want to build one, you can actually contact one of our partners. So you can contact anyone through the support link that I showed you, or you can check the consulting services listing and just contact one of our partners to create and design a private visual that meets your need. Let me show you how to get there. Okay, so it's again AppSource. Consulting services, okay? And then here, product is Power BI. So here you see all the listing or the services for consulting for Power BI. If you want specific for the visual or custom visual, you write custom visuals. And here we go. You can pick any of these consulting sessions, workshop, proof of concept, or contact one of the partners directly. Okay, next time I'm a helper to switch between the two screens. Okay, so you built your own visual or extended existing one, or contacted one of our partners that created a private visual for you. So the question here, how are you going to deploy and distribute this visual so that only members inside your organization will have access? You can do it. One way to do that is through a file, because as I told you, the Power BI visual, after all, is a package or is a file. And you can send an email, attach it, or put it in a SharePoint or a library, and then tell everyone to use it. So everyone will download it or download the attachment and import that through import from file and use it. That sounds good. But what happens if, for example, you get a new version of the file of this visual with a bug fix? You need to make sure that everyone in the organization knows that there is a new version, and everyone needs to go back to the reports, delete the visual manually, and then re-upload it, the new version, and replace the old one, which is not the best way. So there should be another way. You need somehow a way to be able to properly maintain and deploy those private visuals, or what we call them organizational visual, so that they can be accessed only by the members inside the organization. And the organizational store lets you do just that. So what happens is the admin has access that can deploy those visuals through the admin portal, through the organization store. The admins can upload those private files to the organizational store. So they get to, for example, fill in the title of the visual, then the logo, then the description. And they can also update a new version or delete or disable one. And once the admin updates a new version of the visual, it's automatically updated on all reports. And that's the magic. No need to reshare a new file, no need to do anything. That's it. It's updated automatically. So from the end user's side, once the admin deploy those visuals into the organization repository, the users can easily access them through the My Organization tab, as you see here. It's next to the My Marketplace or AppSource. And here we go. Those are the visuals that the admin uploaded. You can see the logo that they picked, the description, and everything. And now everyone in the organization only can access those visuals and use them immediately into their reports. So just to recap, why organization store is good? First of all, because I said so, okay? Because it's, why? Okay. Because organizational store is good for many reasons. First, because you don't need to share those visuals through email or attachment, or then it's accessed by everyone in the organization. It's one place, as you see. Then once the admin updates a new version of those visuals, it's automatically updated in all reports. And by the way, if for some reason the admin decide to disable or delete any of those visuals, they will stop rendering. So automatically, so the users need to do nothing. It will be automatically. As we see here, the organizational store gives full control to the admin over those organizational visuals, which is part of our enterprise readiness solution that we offer. Now the big question is, so we talked about the private visual that we call them organizational store. By default, who has access to what inside the organization? So by default, everyone in the organization have access to all the Power BI visuals. That means they have access to out-of-the-box visuals, to the AppSource. Any visuals were deployed by the admin through the organizational store, and they can upload any private files or whatever files they have. So that's good, but sometimes admins may see this too broad, for example, for preferences or for policies inside the organization, and they want to limit this default. So as part of the enterprise readiness, we enable admin to control the usage through the admin portal settings so that they can limit the access to only out-of-the-box and whatever is deployed by the admin through the organizational store. Recently, we have added a new setting to give more control to the admins over the usage of Power BI visuals inside the organization. So when using this setting, the members inside the organization can use out-of-the-box and the Power BI certified visuals inside AppSource, and anything the admins, of course, deploy through the organizational store. And Power BI certification process is actually additional, optional process. As I mentioned before, every visual, before it's published, it should pass the validation and the testing of the AppSource validation team. This process is additional process, and if we say what our certified Power visuals are, these are visuals that are in the AppSource that meet certain specific code requirement and testing in Power BI. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but it's written in the document. So there are specific requirements. For example, the certified visuals can use only public libraries, no commercial libraries. Or Power BI certified visuals cannot access external services. So we have specific requirements, and once the visual passes those requirements, it gets this badge. And this way, through this admin setting, we give the admin full control over who is using which visual and what visual to be used inside the organization. Okay. Now, what's coming to Power BI visuals? Okay. So in this month's update, we have actually tweaked the visualization pane to allow personalization. So that means starting from this month, any Power BI user can actually pin their favorite visuals to their visualization pane so that they can show up every time they are connected in the desktop. They don't need to download those visuals every time they use a new report. Yay! Okay, I'll show you this. Seriously, I need a helper here. Oh, no, it's 6, right? Oops. Okay, so first of all, this is in preview. Oh, just a second. Okay, so this is in preview. So if you want to use this, you need to enable this. How do you enable this? You go to File, and here, Options and Settings, and then Options. And then here, Preview Features, and Personalized Visualization Pane. You press OK. Don't forget to restart your desktop. I did that already, and now I'm going to show you. I have downloaded another sample just to remind you how samples are good. Okay, so I downloaded here the tachometer sample. I want to see if I like it or no. I see what the publisher wrote here. They have put some hints and tips and tricks. I see if this is what I really like. I try to see how interactive it is, and I say, oh, okay, I like this. So first of all, what do we see here in the visualization pane? you see here that anything you download or is not in your favorite pane will show up under the dashed line. And if you decide that you're going to use this across your multiple reports, you can simply right-click on that, pin it to visualization pane, and here we go. Now it shows up automatically, side by side with the out-of-the-box visual. So, and it's tied to your sign-in account. So every time you are signed into your desktop account, it will show up there automatically. Yay! Okay. And for example here, if I decide to import another one, and I decide I want to see like different gauges, I go here, let's pick this one. Okay, and we see here, it appears again under the line. I want to see if that is the one that I want to or I want to use. And okay, I said that's fine, I like it. I can also pin it, and here we go. All right. Yes, go back here. Okay, so just to recap, the value of Power BI visual platform. So we have a growing gallery of hundreds of unique and stunning design available for our users to download, and they are free. The ability for customers to extend existing visuals or to build a new one continues to differentiate Power BI in the market. We continue to invest in our platform. So we release new APIs almost monthly, APIs that enable our users, our partners, and developers to create even more unique and more advanced visuals to infinity and beyond. Now, it's the time to welcome Gopal to show us what a great visual they have created on top of our platform. Thank you.
That's okay. I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ranin. Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Gopal Krishnamurthy, and I'm here to introduce Visual BI and ValQ and the power of Power BI Custom Visuals Framework and show you the art of the possible. And I wanted to start off by saying, ValQ is not something out of the blue. Visual BI has been a market-leading BI and analytics firm focused on doing custom visuals in the SAP marketplace, and we actually have the #1 review and ranking in the SAP AppSource. And about 18 months back, we decided we wanted just the lure of Power BI. We decided our customers, over 150 customers, they said, they want Power BI to be their preferred analytics platform, and they wanted our solutions in the Power BI market. And we chose to invest and port our advanced visualization extensions as well as our modern digital platform, ValQ, which I will be talking about today. That said, ValQ has been a sort of a platform. Power BI Visual is some sort of a misnomer, but I will talk about it. It is a very, very mature solution that has been available for SAP customers for over the last 3 years. But for Power BI, what we decided to do was we wanted to embrace the concept of self-service that Power BI has been really famous. And we wanted to provide an agile and planning capability inside Power BI. So that said, ValQ is available today in the marketplace that you can go ahead and download. It got featured in the May desktop summary. The beauty of ValQ is It does not need a database. It does not need a server. It follows the serverless architecture of Power BI, and it connects to all of the data sources that Power BI connects to. And it provides an extensibility to Power BI and provide use cases that you probably needed but was not fulfilled. So we are going to be talking about what ValQ can do for you. So one of the things is, if you really think about a planning software or a budgeting software, the process of planning and budgeting revolves around, I want to acquire my actuals data. Guess what? Power BI is one of the best tools to have your actuals reporting. And you want to be able to capture your baseline budgets and forecasts. You want to be able to iterate and forecast and then reforecast, report, analyze variance, simulation, visualization, collaboration, and act. This is the act of going through a planning and simulation cycle. The approach we have taken for ValQ is we wanted to keep the business user in the mind. If you look at the traditional process, it's very IT-centric. What we wanted to do is, in order to be able to provide a modern digital experience, we had the user in the mind, and we wanted to provide more of a visualization and simulation capability and a forecasting capability through iterative scenario creation, and then also provide your ability to maintain budgets and forecast. And you will see how the modern digital approach helps you to basically transform your planning process. It's as simple to say the old and the new way. The most importantly, just like Power BI, it's very visual, it's very intuitive, very executive friendly, it's self-service, and it's very instant and dynamic. And I do plan to do a demo, so it's not just a slideware. So one of the things is the capability is to be able to model your business and able to capture your financial relationship to your operational relationship so that you can do a much effective value-driven planning. And this is a very, very important slide I wanted to share with you. Is if you look at the 8 stages of analytic levels, you are talking about BI, which Power BI is extremely strong, and then we have AI capability. But guess what? To go through this journey, look at the level 4 to level 7. It's visualization, it's alerts, planning, statistics, forecasting, and then the ability to do predictive business modeling. And guess what? That's exactly what ValQ tries to bridge the gap to fulfill the journey from BI to AI. So you may be wondering, is it just a financial planning tool? The beauty of ValQ is it's designed in a way extremely generically, so you could have somebody in operational planning or sales performance planning or demand planning or even risk analytics or even simple budget to forecast analysis. It does not matter. Even headcount planning. It can be configured for any scenarios that you wanted to plan and simulate. And most importantly, through our partnership with the Power BI Visuals team, we have created a freemium model. It's not just a free model, it's a freemium model where up to 40 business drivers is completely free forever. And I would like every one of you to try it, give it a try, and to see the power of it. So that said, I wanted to jump to the Q&A and give you some demos. Now I wish I had a helper, but I'm just going to go back to my desktop. So what you are seeing is actually the Power BI desktop, and you are seeing the ValQ visual. In case you are wondering how you can get it from the marketplace. And if you just search ValQ, You can get it and add it for the essence of the time. I have it already added to you. So I wanted to start introducing ValQ to you by showcasing the end user experience of the product first, and then I want to go about, I will actually be doing a live demo as well. What you have is each of these KPI tiles are called the nodes or the drivers. So you have net profit, where we are showing the monthly variance, and you have the full year variance as well. I can quickly click on the navigation panel to your left, and I just clicked on full year, and now I have my full year data that's showcasing. The beauty of this is you are able to reflect the relationship that net profit is nothing but revenue by total cost, but it does have several operational drivers and financial drivers which we have modeled. So for a mining industry to be able to produce more revenue, you are impacted by how much copper you are selling and what is the copper price and what is the conversion during the production process. And guess what? Each one of them have an impact. If you want to sell more copper, which means you have to produce more copper, so there is a direct correlation. This is where you can start to see. You may think, oh, we just got the decomposition tree. You can see this is not a decomposition tree. It's way beyond where you can actually go. This is the business modeling where you can go and link various business drivers. And you can see this is where you go and actually do the modeling. And the power of how we have done it is we have also given you a quick edit viewer where you can see the entire relationship and how we have done mathematical formulas to be able to link everything. You can import from Excel, you can export to Excel. We have added these features. You could actually select few columns to see how the formulas are. Now, the power of this is I'm going to start showing you one by one. You can zoom, you can collapse. But let's say I wanted to see, I just heard that the copper price is expected to collapse. What is the business impact of that to my business? Let's say the copper price is declining by 4%. You see on the top, I have my copper price declining. But guess what? It's only impacting, so if you can come here and you can see on the right, it knows we are already in June, which means I cannot change what happened in May. Now, if I wanted to see, the operations guy is saying the copper price decline may be only short term. We do think if you want to override, you can go ahead and override right here that we have a contract. So guess what? We have overridden what it is. And you can see that these two were actually, those forecasts were edited. Now, I wanted to create another scenario. And I wanted to basically say it's not the copper price that's going to have a bigger problem for us. It's actually going to be on our production cost. So I'm actually going to come down here, and I'm going to say our production costs are actually going to increase slightly. Or I can create another scenario, and then I can say the quality of the copper that we are producing actually has a problem. So what you have done, instantly you have created 3 different forecast scenarios. And we give you the ability, if you want to kind of do an ordering, we can give you the ability. If you want to edit and change the name, we give you. But most importantly, we give you the ability to compare your forecasts in real time and able to jump back and see the business impact. So you can see this is a very, very close to loop. You take your actuals data, and then you are able to do dynamic reforecasting and then simulations. Now, some of the additional capability are, what if you don't want to see a large business model, you want to just focus on the mining part of the things, the sub-models we call it, you have those capabilities. What if you wanted to see the year-to-date? It's just a hit of a button, you can see it. What if you wanted to change the scaling factors? You can change the scaling factors. We also showing you the children that is here. The key inputs are nothing but I may have hundreds of KPIs, but I wanted to track some of the key KPIs right on the left. I also wanted to define some constraints, and then I wanted to see, because a lot of times we have a tendency to kind of over-optimistic, but then you have only 24 hours to run your production mill. You don't want to be forecasting that I'm going to run it at 25 hours. So you want to have some things like constraints where you have available time, and you want to have it in red when you have some things. So all of this. Now, it doesn't, because some of the planning users have said they want to be able to have a tabular view as well. So we did add a tabular view as well. So we can actually simulate on a tabular view as well. Now, we also are giving you the ability to search to a particular node and do that. So you can see the capability of ValQ is not just, just showing you the BI information, able to take your actuals from your data sources and then take it all the way and then provide you much more super infused power on able to do the dynamic forecasting and simulations. What I wanted to also share with you is we have a webinar on Thursday where we are actually showing several live demos connecting to Azure data warehouses, Azure Analysis Service, or your SAP data sources, because that has been one of our constant questions is, hey, this is great, but I want to be able to consume live from some of our data sources, and we got that covered. I also wanted to share that we have comprehensive video tutorials on how you can get started, how you can download from your AppSource. All the way, all of these videos and tutorials are available for you. And before I wanted to wrap up, I wanted to show you how quickly you can do. Just give me a couple of minutes, and I'm just going to show you the power of ValQ. So here, I have a blank canvas, and I'm actually going to be adding the visual. So I'm just expanding this to full screen. And what I have is a very common business scenario. I have a sales performance forecast that I have to do. I have my region, I have my product category, I have my sales rep, I have my monthly forecast, budgets and forecast. I want to be able to optimize for better profitability and growth. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add the forecast to my value, and our solution, ValQ, is activated. This is just the way the custom visuals work. You have to map to a data, only then it gets activated. So I'm going to create what is called as a simple dynamic model. Simple dynamic models are something that you can do very rapidly, and that's the power that I'm actually showcasing it to you. I'm going to add the budget, and I'm going to add the time period. And since the data did not have day, I'm going to remove the day. And I'm going to add a region. And now, guess what? It's pretty smart. Now it has done the regional thing. Now, I wanted to optimize my regional planning. I can go ahead and create some scenarios. I want to do this. This is my real thing. I wanted to do that. Now, what if I wanted to optimize my product category? I can actually drag my product category here. And actually, I can delete all my regional scenarios. And I can actually go and change on my product categories, just so you get an idea. And then I can create another scenario, and guess what? I've added sales rep now, and I want to optimize on the sales rep. You can see how it's visual and dynamic. So now I have dynamically mapped how the sales reps can actually impact our business. So this is how fast you can get, in a self-service manner, get going with using ValQ. And I wanted to thank the team in Israel for basically providing incredible support in helping us get here in a very rapid manner, in a way so that we can actually provide incredible experience to the Power BI customers through ValQ. So one of the other thing is also, we have a lot of question and answers you may have. I want you to check out on the ValQ website. We have a lot of commonly asked, hey, can I do quarterly planning? Can I do a 12-week planning? Everything is a breeze. You just go set it up on the property screen, and then it's pretty self-sufficient. You can get going very quickly. Now, as a part of the closing thoughts, any persona can use it. Executives can use it. Decision makers can use it. The analysts can use it. Various different use cases, irrespective of which department you are. It's built in a way that it can bring the entire company together. I said the product got somewhat officially released to the market through Amanda's blog in May, and it has had nothing but extremely, we were thrilled. We had over 6,500 product downloads in just a span of 10 business days, and I can't thank enough. And I kind of wanted to share some of the feedbacks that we have received and how it is getting. That's exactly why I got an opportunity, where Ranin, as kind of a closing thought, it's good to show ValQ to the audience today. And I wanted to, say thanks to the team, incredible partnership, and I wanted to outline the journey we had, and I encourage, if there are any partners, to embrace the Power BI Visuals platform. Thank you, everyone, and open to questions.